everybody, it's Tamika. I am here to share with you a quick mini album. The base of the mini album is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, but it's on the inside you can fit photos 4 by 6, or you can tailor them a little smaller and leave a border around the edges. I also have a tutorial at the end of this video, so please stay tuned. Some of you have requested to do some quick and easy minis. Some of you newbies, welcome. So glad you guys have subscribed. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know and I will do my best to answer them. So thank you guys so much for the tutorial request. I am happy that you guys have asked me to do that. So I got this paper from Audrey and it's called Vintage Charm, and I've used everything. Audrey is so good. We got this in our meet and greet, so I may say this in the video, I can't remember in the tutorial, but there's no more paper in here. There's just literally scraps. So I used everything. Let me share with you the mini album. It's super cute. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So not in the traditional colors I normally would scrap with, but I am enjoying creating with things that I have on hand and quick and easy books to get out. And so I go into more detail with when I'm talking, when I'm doing the mini album tutorial, so you guys will hear me chatting throughout the show. Oh my goodness, throughout the tutorial. So here it is, full book, complete with page and everything. And look at this side binding. Let me see how I can do this. Look at this super cute, doggone cute binding. I mean charm. You guys see that? This was created by Natalie, who was put some bling on it. We did a vintage swap a long time ago and a while ago, and then she made this gorgeous charm, and it went perfectly with this paper, and I absolutely love it. So with that, so this is the book, and then I used Michael's butterfly from the 50 cent. It was 50 cents on clearance, and then some fake artificial flowers I got from Michael's that was like 60%, and I cut them off. And then these are also paper flowers from the Michael's bin. Of course I'm there often because it's like 3 minutes away from my house now. So yeah, I'm gonna flip through the book and then we'll go to the tutorial. I'm not sure how long the tutorial is gonna be, so grab a cup of coffee, put your legs up, and here we go. So the way that I did this book, because it's a small book, the way that I did it is I put like little cliff notes in the pockets here so that people can just flip through the book and they can go back and read, you know, if they want to know, look at the pictures, and it kind of tells you a little story with it. This is really good for, you have to make something on the go, on the fly. You got a bunch of pictures like this particular thing. I got a bunch of random pictures that I printed off, and I'm like, okay, so what am I gonna do with these? They don't have a theme, you know. I just kind of like, oh, I like that, let me take a picture. So this is where I put them at. I know how to make a mini album. I have tons of paper, so this is where I'm putting them. At any rate, so I'm gonna quickly go over this book with you, and then we'll head to the tutorial. This is a picture of three of my children. We're at our first time at the Chinese buffet. So here's how I did it. I have 2 pockets, one in the front, and then I have one in the back. So this one says front pages, and I just hand wrote on here. Front pages mean when you flipping like this. That's how I got it. I was gonna put a little punch of a number, like a number 1, number 2, number 3. I was going to do that. I may not. This should be self-explanatory though. So for the front pages, I have it numbered just in order of how they appear, and you can then follow along with that. And then on the back one, so like for an example, it says number 1 says first time at Chinese buffet. Boom, first time at Chinese buffet. So it didn't really require like a whole mini album experience, but just that, just like randoms. And then this one, the back one, has pocket inserts, because this book has, let me see, I counted, is 6 pages, so front and back is 12, and then the inside is 24 photos can fit in this tiny little book. So you have a bunch of random photos. This is the best place, this is the best way to do it. And this one says pocket inserts. So here says, it'll briefly, you know, tell you. The first one says Kyla's photo for design team at the Cutting Cafe, her first design team. And then so the pocket insert would be right there. So that would be Kyla's photo that we took for the Cutting Cafe. So yeah, so this is us the first time at the Chinese buffet. And then, you know, if I follow my little cheat sheet, it says Taylor trying sushi for the first time. And then she tried it and she liked it. Me and Kyla at breakfast, she found a pancake that was the shape of a heart. So she wanted to put it there. But she hated the gourmet French toast. And I loved it. So Tyler got the highest grade in his math class. Got a perfect A+. Taylor's first time getting her eyebrow wax. And I videoed it. It was super cute. It was funny. Kyla helping me sand the chairs down. Taylor, another phone hijack from Taylor. I think we were at Walmart. She took my phone. She's taking pictures in the mirror. And then I found them later. This is our first tea party. We had to talk in like the English accent. Do you want a cup of tea, my dear? You know, it was fun for them. They dressed up. It was really, really cute. Tyler escorted the girls in. And then, Kyla and I at Mall of America, we rode the ride. She was absolutely fearless, and she wanted this big old SpongeBob thing. We went to see SpongeBob the movie, and we got that at the movie theater. And then her at our Saturday morning caribou run, she gets hot chocolate. So that should be pretty self-explanatory for that. And then, of course, the pocket inserts. Like I said, this is the design team, and then another caribou. I mean, it's just really quick and easy. This is at a hotel. We do family fun weekend things, and then we're at a hotel, but it had this enormous amount of candy, and it was like kind of creepy. So we took a picture of that. Tyler hijacked my phone again, took selfies. That's all they do. Kyla getting her pedicure and manicure. So it's like little random photos like that. Kyla busted my lip by accident. I had to take a picture of that. And then the last one is family night. Tyler, we went to Fridays for the first time, and then Tyler tried something new. It's like this sizzling chicken skillet or something. He tried something new because if you know Tyler, he does not try new things. So I had to take a picture of that and the food. So yeah, I think this mini album turned out super cute. And like this video if you like it. Let me know what you think, and thanks to all my newbies for subscribing, and hopefully you'll find some inspiration in my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here is the tutorial. Hey everybody, it's Tamika, and I am here to do a super quick mini album. I noticed that I have been collecting lots and lots of pictures, and I have paper, and I know how to make a mini album. So hey, why not make a mini album? Really quick, nothing. These are just random pictures that I found, and it's, you know, I want to be able to showcase them because I did take the picture and print them off. So I'm going to do that for you today, and then you guys can make one with me. It's going to be a quick 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mini album base. That way you can fit a 4x4 photo on your mini album. You cannot cover it with pattern paper if you don't want to. In fact, you can just layer your paper, layer your photo directly on the 4x6 and have a 1/4 inch. Layer paper directly on the mini album and have a 1/4 inch border around the edge, or you can decorate it with pattern paper and you can cut and, you know, chop your photos up the way you'd like. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I bought this paper from Walmart forever and a day ago. It's Nina paper. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to flip this video or not, but it's just Nina paper. It's naturals. It's the Creative Collection. It is 50 sheets of 30-pound cardstock. And what else can I say about that? Yeah, it's just in natural colors. So I really like this paper. So, and I got it from Walmart super cheap. I'm having a hard time getting the plastic off. So I found these as I'm cleaning up my scrap room. I'm like, oh, I could use that paper because I have a paper pad that I got from Audrey when we met last year, and Cheryl, when we all had a meet and greet. And this is vintage charm paper pad. This is one of the goodies that she gave us. It's really pretty vintage paper. So it'll be cool to be able to use this stack. And I got a couple little doodads that I'm going to pair it with, and we're going to do this really quickly. So I am going to pick, I'm actually going to use, trying to figure out which paper would be the best as my base. That one or I mean, we do have the craft. Oh, that's a cool color too. Decisions. I'm never going to use that paper, that green color. So that might be the best bet. I'm going to use this one. And the paper matches it, so it's a neutral color. It's cute. We're going to use this color. I think that'll go well. Okay, so like I said, it's going to be a 4x6 or 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mini album, with the papers being 4x6. So even if you get those little mat stacks, which I don't get, this will work perfectly for that too. So you're going to use some chipboard. You're going to cut it at 4 1/4. This is lightweight chipboard, like cereal weight, by 6 1/4. Do another one, 4 1/4. You'll need 2 by 6 1/4. This mini album can be created by a super scrapper or a super doobie. So 2 of these, and then you have to figure out how thick you want your binding. I always make my binding 2 inches. Just what I do, unless I want to put extra photos in there. I don't extra like flowers and all that. Just quick and easy mini album. I'm going to do I'll actually do a 2 1/4 this time, because I think I'm going to do a waterfall. I'm going to put a lot of pictures on one of the pages because they're similar pictures. So that was 2 1/4 by, and you want it to measure the length, the height of your book, the short side here, and that is 4 1/4. So you should have these 3 pieces here. Okay, we're gonna need this trimmer in a quick second, but in the meantime, we're gonna bind this album, and I'm actually gonna use paper, the screen paper. I should have enough. Let me see. Yeah, I should have enough to make 1, 2. I just want to get my pages off, my base pages off first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I have 4 more left in here. So I'm going to take 2 of these 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, and I'm going to attach them together using some double-sided tape. And this is just because we don't have enough length in this 8.5 by 11 to cover the whole base of the book. And I want to wrap mine. I could just attach it and then cover it with paper later, but I'm going to wrap the whole book. So I just took off that tape, connected these 2 together like a little train. I'm going to get my book. Now remember, these are going to go the long way, so they're going to go like this. Get my chipboard pieces together. I am going to use double-sided tape again, and I'm running out, so I'm going to skip over and grab another roll real quick in a second. So I'm going to use double-sided tape on the outside around both of these. Don't be stingy on the tape, because nothing is worse than getting a mini album and you can hear that crackling on the inside, that noisy paper peeling sound, because somebody was skimpy on the tape. So every time you open it, that's what you hear. Alright. Okay, I'm just going to make sure these are sticking. Okay, I'm going to peel off the edges. These mini albums go so fast. I know a lot of people are intimidated by minis, but keep practicing. You'll be able to do this in your sleep. I put some ATG tape on the inside, and I'm just going to place that there. That's the first piece. And this is the spine. Remember, it's 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Take my tape off. I'm actually going to add a little ATG in between these pieces. Have that be about an 1/8 of an inch gap. You can measure it or you can eyeball it. Okay, and then I'm going to take the tape off of this one, and then I'm going to add some ATG tape on this as well. I like it to stick. Alright, now eyeball that. Take your bone folder, give it a crease. Now I'm going to fold over my edges carefully just to match up, the butt against the chipboard. Okay. If you're using a paper to wrap your book in that has patterns, be mindful of the direction. Okay. I am going to miter my corners. You see where this intersection is here? I'm going to cut right there. Cut this edge off. So I have an extra on here. I'm going to take some of that off. See? Just like that. Got some extra down here. I'm going to take off. And then I'm going to miter this corner just right above the crease. You're going to tuck these in later. Okay. I'm actually going to take off a little bit of this excess here on both sides. I don't need all that. Alright, take your double-sided tape and apply it to all 4 sides of the paper. Top and bottom and sides. And then I will be adding some more ATG tape. I think this is our last run here. Okay. Yep. So take my bone folder and just make sure that's nice and adhered. Okay. Grab my ATG tape, finish it off, and I'm just covering up the space that I didn't cover with the tape. Now you can add double-sided tape if you want to, but I have faith in this ATG tape too, but I like to use double-sided tape as well. Alright, take the end off, press that in, miter that really good, and I'm going to go in this corner so that when I fold it over, it folds nice and easy. See? I'm going to go in this little crease here, right where the edge of the chipboard meets. Take off that end. Just be gentle. So you have some nice pretty corners. And the last one. This is why you take the time out and crease the edges really well. Just go over with the bone folder. So I am going to slowly lift this up. Make sure that tape is adhered. So we have our cover done. Okay, I'm going to really quick grab some double-sided tape. Okay. Now I'm going to actually just line the inside with the same pattern paper. And I'm going to make this 4 1/4. Just want to make sure I cover my edges really good. 4 1/4, and that's 4 1/4 because the paper is 8 1/2. But I don't need this whole length, so instead of it ending like halfway through, what I do is take it till it ends like the middle of the spine, and then take and have the other one meet it in the middle of the spine. That way I can put my spine on top of this line. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm just going to fold this over a bit so I can mark. See that little crease I made? That's where I want to cut my paper off at. That's where it kind of ended. See? You can take it back and measure it. So if you butt it up against the corner, it ends kind of right there. So I'm going to cut this one the same piece, the same length. And that way these two match in the middle. Yay! So, oops, I'm going to cover this up with some tape all around the edges, and then some tape in the middle, and I'll do the other one. Okay, and then apply some tape in the middle. Oh, where did it go? There we go. Come on now. We're doing a tutorial here. No acting up. Okay. So we're just going to line this, butt this up against the end. Get your little bone folder going. Kind of pay attention to where the crease is. Give that a little rub, just a gentle rub. And get the other piece here. Not to be concerned to match this up, because even if you leave it a gap like that, nobody's going to see it. If you cut this too short, you want to focus on the outer side, and then you want to line it up with that, kind of match it up with that other piece so your line will be together. So okay. Mine's overlap a tiny bit, which is fine. Find my crease in here, massage that a little bit. Okay, just like so. Okay, and then just gently bring it over so you can have quick and easy. Okay, that was like the easiest and quickest thing ever, right? All right, now you want to, whatever size or whatever color you make your flanges, you want to cut it in the same, you know, whatever color you're going to make your flanges, you want all these to be the same. So I'm going to match all this together because that's how I want it. And remember, my spine is 4 1/4. So I always make mine a tiny bit shorter than that. So I'm going to cut it at 4. And then I'm going to cut it 4 by 3 7/8. And then 4 by 2 or by 3 1/8. And then 4 by 2 3/8. Okay, so now you want to grab your scoreboard, okay, and then you want to cut, so that's the 4-inch side. You want to cut it on the opposite, not the 4-inch side, but the specialty sides, I guess. So this one happens to be the 3 7/8. So on the 3 7/8 inch, going the long way, score at 1 inch on both sides. Okay, and then this one is the 3 1/8. You want to score at 1 inch on both sides. and this one is the 2 3/8. And again, you want to score at 1 inch on both sides. Okay. And then you're going to fold those over and give them a good creasing so that they're able to be manipulated a lot easier. Okay, and do this one. This side and that side. Okay, I always miter my corners a little bit. Just cut off a little triangle on both sides of the flange. I'll show you in a second here. See? It's a little triangle. So you want to take it, don't cut the middle part. You just cut off a little edge going at an angle, just like so. And then on the opposite side. This helps to, when you're folding in your papers and lining them up on top of it, it's easier. It's just easier. And cut off a little bit on that one. Okay. Clear this off. So now we have the flanges. And you can wait to do this. You can put your paper together how you want your mini albums, how you want them, but I attach my flanges right away. So this is too big for, you want to adhere double-sided tape or tape to the middle parts of the flanges. This is a wide piece of tape, so it won't fit on that last one, that little one, but it will fit on these. So just add tape to the back. Give this 3 strips, and then for this one, like I said, that's too wide. Well, maybe we can squeeze it in there. It's a tiny squeeze. Okay, I was going to use ATG tape, but that's fine. Now you want to layer. This is the small one. You want to layer this inside the next size up. Try to, I eyeball it. Try to get as even as you can. Okay, take off the back of the bottom one and fit that, center that into the middle of that one. Right there and right there. The bone folder, really good. Okay, now you have the bottom, and you want to center this on your spine. Now before you put this on here, if you want like a little decorative border to stick out, you want to do that, lay that down first, and then maybe get a scallop edge, or if you want a pocket or something to put in there, maybe I will do that. You know, it's a good idea. I was going to layer the inside with paper first. Yeah, before I put my flange down, just take a brief moment, and I'm going to take out my cover pages. I think I'm going to use, this is my cover, and then on the inside I'm just going to use I don't know, nothing's really popping out at me for the inside here. Whew, I like the paper, but Lord have mercy, this is why I really like shabby chic. So, I mean, there's so many choices. I'm just going to use that turquoise one that kind of popped out at me. I'll use these two, and then I'll use that as my pockets. Okay, so let's move the covers out the way. That can go last. So this is going to be on the inside here. So I have to lay this down first in order to put my pockets in. And this will work when I'm, since my book is just really going to be filled with pictures, it's not going to be a whole bunch of room for journaling because this is a quick book. So I can write a little message on the inside of these pockets when I make them. So I'll show you in a second. I'm going to cut this down to it's 6 inches, so 6, I'm going to cut it down to 4. So it'll be 4 by 6. Like this. It'll fit in there perfectly. And then I'm going to cut the other one down to, save your scraps, 4 by 6. You never know when you're going to need them. Right? So that's going to fit right there. And then the pocket that I'm going to use is going to be this one. So I'm going to cut that down to, it's got to be this 4. Doesn't have to be the 6 though. I'm going to cut it to 3. That way we can split it in half. 4 by 3. So 4 by 6, and then cut it in half to 4 by 3. Okay? And then I know I got a punch over here somewhere. I'm going to punch the end. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, but super easy still. Okay, so I'm going to punch this border out on both pieces. Okay. Save your scraps. You can use them as tabs later. Save it all. Okay, let's clear this off. Okay, now we can add this inside here. So I'm going to apply my ATG tape on here, being more focused on the outside, but this should fit just nicely right in there. And then let's do the other side here. Okay. Woo! Alright, and that's going to go right in there. Super easy. And then I'm going to place a little pocket right there and right there. These will hold tiny little tags. Like, it's not going to be a big, and I don't need a big pocket. So it's just enough to place a couple tags in. I can say who, what, when, where, why on the tags, and then be done with it. Quick and easy book. So I'm just adding double-sided tape to the corners. Ideally I would want a small, thinner double-sided tape, but I don't have any, number one. Number two, in this particular instance, I don't need more room. So this will work fine. This little space is enough for me to make a tag and stick it in there. So I'm going to take the tape off. Yep. And this one. Line it up with the bottom here. With the spine. Okay. And then the next piece. Okay, come on. Alright, line this up. I'm butting this, lining it up with the paper, but I'm butting it right against the beginning of the spine there. So it'll look like it's coming from underneath. Okay, so this is what we got so far. So now you see, if you need to, you got a nice little pocket on both sides. Stick your information in there. Okay. Now this one has gone and attached itself to something. Let's see. Oh, come on here. Fiddlesticks. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit more tape on here because it touched the piece of paper over here and rubbed off. Okay. Take this off. This will be extra secure. Alright, now we're going to line this up. Oh, one more thing I forgot to do. I want to add this super cute charm to my book. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I do. And I got this in a swap with Natalie. Put some bling on it. So I am going to do that. And I don't have my eyelets with me. Jeez, it's freaking sticking everything. So I'm going to punch the hole. I'm going to punch the hole. Anyway. Center it. I'm just centering it and punching a nice little hole to hang this charm from with my crocodile. And I'm going to take this off, and that can fit in there. I just have to, this is so cute. It's like perfect. I love it. So I'm not going to have that making noise the whole time. So I just need to find an eyelet to do that with. So I'll be right back. I found some eyelets, actually literally 2 eyelets. So, oh, there's 3 in here. I'm going to use this brown one. I use this brown one. Save the gold one for later. So I'm just going to, oh, I can't put this in here until I get the spine on, which, can we use that? We can. Scrap sheet of paper. There we go. This is, use all the paper. This is 2 by, we're going to cut it to 4 1/4. Love it. All right, we're going to glue it down. Last minute decisions. Okay. Still an easy book. Okay, now we're going to put this right dead center. And then I'm going to match this hole up again. Cut it. And then I'm going to put my eyelet in. Squeeze it through the back. Okay. Actually, the gold one looks better with that paper on there. Okay. I need to obviously buy some more eyelets. So, we're going to put this in there. Easy peasy. So now we can put our flanges in. I'm going to put my charm in first, so I don't cover it. All right. So I'll do here. Because this hook is so big, I'm going to put this in first, and then I'll go back and put my charm on. I'll repunch that hole. Alright, so center that. Okay. Now I'm going to put this hole in here. Where are we at? There we go. We can hang the charm on here. Super cute. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay? So now we're back in the middle with the flanges. Now let's do the paper. Attach the pages. How are we going to do the pages? Simple and easy again. So you take 8.5 by 11, and we're going to make 4 by 6 pages. Pages that fit 4 by 6. So this is 8.5 by 11. So we're going to cut them down, or they're going to be folded over. Okay? Maybe we should score it first. Just score it. So we want the pages to fit like this. So on the 8-inch side, 8.5 inch side, we're going to score it at 4. Oops. Score it at 4. Okay. Just varnish that. And then that little 1/2 inch, it's already folded at the 4, so put it back in the corner and score it at 4 again, or a 1/2 inch, that 1/2 inch piece that's on the end. Just that's what you're scoring over. So I hope you got that. So you really have a 4-inch score and an 8-inch score. So you have 4, and then you have this little piece hanging over. Okay, and then that's just going to be cut down to 6. So it'll be 4 by 6. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, we have to do 5 more. So we're going to score it at 4, and then score it at 8. It's 2 of them. Score it at 4, and then score it at 8. We got 3. Score it at 4, and score it at 8. 8. That's 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 2 more. Score it at 4, and then score it at 8. Oh my gosh. Last one. Score it at 4. Score it at 8. Okay. So varnish over all of your corners. Okay, and then what you're going to do is apply some double-sided tape to that little flat piece, but do that in a quick second. This paper is pretty thick, so okay. And then get the side piece. Okay. See how quickly the book is coming together. And after you put this in here, you can actually be done. After you attach these pages to the book, you don't have to do not near another step. Because after this, you could just put your 4x6 photos in there and be one happy camper. You don't even have to layer paper. So I am going to cut these down now. Save your scraps. You never know. So I'm going to cut it down to 6. Cut it down to 6. Might be easier to do this before you score it, but let's go with it. Cut it down to 6. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4. All right. Okay. One more after this. 6. All right, so now you're going to put adhesive at the bottom. You can use ATG tape, score tape, what have you. and then we're going to put adhesive on these flaps, and then that's how they're going to attach. Okay, so I'm going to put my double-sided tape on the flanges first. I like to put mine right at the tip, because that's where, you know, if you put a tag in, or when you put your, if you decide to put a tag in, or if you use that for more photo inserts, you don't want it to stop. Like, you don't want this little flap to constantly be a thorn in your side because you put the tape at the bottom instead of the top. So, okay. I hope you guys are getting this and understanding it. Let me know what you think. If I'm going too fast, if you don't want to hear all the extra talking, or if you don't want to, if you want me to edit out mistakes. I just like to do that so you can, you know most scrapbooking mistakes can be fixed or turned into something else. So pretty easily. I'm just going to varnish over these. Now when you do this, do not take them off both at the same time, because if you don't get it quite right, everything sticks to everything and it's really an ugly mess. So I like to put the tape, this piece that connects, this open piece, I like to put it at the bottom. Let me zoom in. So that it kind of, I mean, it hides it. You can't really tell, but I mean, just that piece is in the bottom and to the back. I would not flip it over like this. It's just ugly to me. Just flip it on the inside. So I'm going to use tape, ATG tape for this. So just add enough on here. Do 2 strips. Line it up very well, very neatly. Bone it again, and then bone it again. Use your bone folder, and you can't even tell. Like, you can't tell what that is. It's right down here though. So just push that to the back, and see how when we made these little square piece, we mitered those corners. It's easier just dropping that right on there. So I'm going to take one end off. See, do like that. I know how to do, you can do one and then you can stick your finger down in there and kind of do it, but if you just be very careful, you can do both sides. Just open up, pop open your envelope, try not to touch anything until you get down to the very bottom, stabilize it, and press it down. You don't want it to be a crooked book, so you know what I mean? You don't want it to be a crooked book. So that's all we're going to do. I'm going to do the rest of these. And like I said, after you apply this, your job can be over. You can put something cute on the cover or don't, and go on about your business. We got that, and that one. Let's take this extra piece off. See how quickly this is going? If I wasn't talking, it'll go much quicker, but I try to do my best and explain. It kind of slows me down. Alright. Almost done. I'll just do the other two while I'm sitting here. Let's do that. Alright, boom. And the last one. Oh my gosh, I haven't even looked up to see if I was in frame. Hope I was. Okay. let's just attach these little fellas on here. This paper is pretty. It'll make a cute boy book. But yeah, I like my flowers and my sparkles. So my plan for putting pictures in here, I took the kids, we go to a hotel for the weekend a couple times a year and just splurge, you know, go to the mall and pool, you know, play in the pool and eat out and just watch movies and do shopping. And I do that with them because we don't have a lot of time, or I mean, I don't have a lot of money to go on vacation and take them out once a year. They'd rather just do, you know, just do a hotel and eat and watch movies and buy clothes and just have family fun. They really like that. So we do that a few times a year. So these pictures that we take of just random stuff that's having fun is what I'm planning on putting in this book. So book is done. So perfect. I love it. I love it. See? Quick and easy. Quick and easy. Okay. So now I'm going to put my covers on, and then we're just going to decorate it. And I'm going to add some pattern paper to it. So stick with me if you'd like. I'm going to still keep the camera rolling. So I'm going to cut this down to I'm going to cut that down to 4x6, but being that I got that other thing in the front, I don't know how that will look. The polka dots, you know. So maybe I'll do this one. Kind of bring in the blue because I really wanted to use this cute little butterfly I got from Michael's. That may still work. We'll do that. Sorry, roses. Put that in there somewhere. And let's do the other one here. So I'm going to cut this down to, it's 4. I'm going to see what 4 1/8 looks like, because it's, the book is 4 1/4, so I'm just going to do 4 1/8, and it looks super cute. I like that. Okay, do it again. See? Cute, cute, cute. Okay, let's put this up here. I'm not gonna do any super fancy. And like, this is a quick and easy book. Ooh. We're almost done here. Oh, I want this right side up. Okay, sorry, I can't see. All right. Okay, let's do the other side here. Okay, and boom. Okay, love it. Now I don't like these blank pages like that, so I'm not gonna leave it. I mean, I'm not gonna leave that like that. This chain is so cute. I love it. So I am going to, before I put that on, I'm gonna cut some papers real quick. So we did 6 of these, so we'll need 12 pieces of paper. 1, 2, let's try to get one of each. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, brown. I need rulers. Ugh. 8. 9. Okay. Let's do the back of something. 10. 11 and one more. Okay. I'll do this one again. Okay. So we'll just cut these down to, I wanted to go the long way, so I'll cut these down to 4. I want to go this way, cut it down to 4. 4 by 6, got to cut off that little spine piece. So, oh, I forgot the pages are 4 by 6. Yeah, the pages are 4 by 6 exactly. So you can actually cut these down exactly to 4 by 6. And match it up exactly how that is. See, that's exactly 4 by 6. I'm going to cut it a smidge smaller. See what 4 1/8 looks like, and 5 7/8. I do like the idea of the border around the edge. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it 1/8 of an inch smaller than 4 by 6. So it's going to be, this is a directional paper, so I want to make sure I cut it this. So this should be 5 7/8, since this is going that way, by 3 7/8. Again, another directional paper. So 5 7/8 by 3 7/8. Same thing here. Almost done. Save your pieces. Okay, let's see where we at. A few more. This is the hardest part. Not hard, it's just time consuming. And the people that know me best, I really dislike matting. Oh my gosh. It's like, see how long this is taking? It's like, Okay, we're done with that. So, all we got to do now is add the tape. Okay. Keep that there. Okay. Okay. Now this is very close to the actual dimensions of the paper, so make sure you, it's just a little thin little line. So just make sure you pay attention and not, lopside your paper. So I'm just adding ATG tape to all 4 sides, and then I put a cross in the middle. And I just like to put, I wanted that to run together, so that's why I put that there. And I just put my favorite patterns, or the ones that stand out the most, on the right hand side of the paper. But, in this case it's not going to matter because most of the paper will be covered, but some paper you'll be able to see the way that I put my pictures. So I might cut some down to 2 by 2 or 2 by 3, or 3.5 by 5 and then layer them or something like that. So okay. This one's pretty. I like this one. All right. This is why I should invest in ATG tape. I'm going to run through this tape. Nobody's business. Alright, I think I have 2 of one of these already. Let's see. Did I have 2 of something? Yeah, it's this one. So I'm going to put this on the back here. So they don't run the risk of being right by each other. Okay. I suppose I can do the opposite side. Didn't I have another page? I'll put this right here. And since that one has like a little notebook paper in it, I'll put this on the opposite side of that. Okay. Put the okay. I'll put the ruler paper here. Since that has a ruler in it, just trying to match them together the best way that I can. Okay. And next we have this sheet and that sheet left. I want no more brown paper, so I'll put this over here. Okay, and we'll put this one right there. Okay. Done. Done, 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 done. Super cute papers. Okay? And then you can use your, what am I saying here? You can make tags out of this paper. So it's not really 4 1/4, so let's try 4. No, it's not. It's just going to be the exact same thing. Let's try 3 3/4. Your extra pieces that you have, 3 3/4. Well, that fits perfectly. I just fold it over so I can mark where I'm at. It's 5 1/4. If you want to have it out a little bit. Yep, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. You can make little tags if you want, and you can just add, you know, add your paper or cover up, you know, one of these paper and add more pictures in here. So if you got 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, you can do 1/8 less than 3 3/4. And put this in here like so. Use your scraps, punch out a little circle, put that in here. Do I have a circle punch in here? I don't, but you could still do, this is what I was saying. Here's your scraps. And cut this down to 2 inches. Fold it over. You don't have to have the latest and greatest. So fold that over. You can also use a border punch. And what did I do with the one that I had? Here's one. You can use this border punch. Punch out your cute little design down here at the bottom. But with this tab here, you can put some adhesive on it. Just do it the other side. Put some adhesive on it. Put it on there. Let's just do it. So you put some adhesive on it like so. Put the tab. That. Where's my bone folder? Oh, there it is. Boom. Get your paste. I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to show you one. And put that there. Get another piece. What was that? 3 3/4. 3 3/4 minus an 1/8 by. So it's 5 1/4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 5/8. 5 1. 5 1/8 by 3 5/8. So take this paper, put it on the back. Boom. Stick this in here. Done deal. Now you got a little tab. And you put more photos in there. I might finish that up before the video, but we'll see. So you can use your little scrap pieces for that. And then, so I got these on clearance at Michael's. And this is so cute. I love it. I want to use these, but I'm going to see. I may not be able to. They were like 60% off of $9, so they were really cheap. And they already have like gold tone, and oh my gosh, they're super cute. That's too big. I may have to just use these tiny ones. You can buy these little flowers and then just pick off of them as you need to. So all I do is take them off and pick off the edges, the stems. So this was 50 cents at Michael's. That can go here. And these little, so let's just put that on. This is a clip, but I'm going to take the clip off. Now when you take this off, the piece, the butterfly is styrofoam. So you're really going to have to just kind of scissor it off, layer it off the bottom. You can't pick it off because it's going to break the whole butterfly down. So I'm just going to add some hot glue to the base there. Put that at a super cute angle. Make sure that stays put nice and dry. And then I'm just going to see how these little butterflies look, and they're adorable. So I'm just going to place them on here. Cut the stem off. Add some glue. Just randomly place them on the book. Just let the stem off. Uh-oh, drop something. That's that. Oh, that was hot. And I'm just picking some some colors that I could blend in with this book, which this whole flower plant blends in with it quite nicely. So oh, that's hot. Careful. So it's super cute. Get some green ones on here. Ah, that was hot. Okay. Oh, shoot. You can just randomly place these, I mean, anywhere. Do whatever you want to the cover, but this is these. You can get these from the Dollar Tree. Like these cute little flower pieces. They have them, probably not this kind, but they have several, at mine's at least, different designs. I'm just going to stick this right there. Just going to add a couple more. On here. Yeah, I don't really have a rhyme or reason. I just put them on there. Ouch. Okay. I think that's enough for now. Let's fill in this little hole right here. Well, do I want to fill in that hole?